Access to healthy and affordable food continues to challenge Americans, especially those living in rural areas. In 2023, the U.S. Department of Agriculture reported that 15% of rural households experienced food insecurity. In southwestern Vermont, though, one faith community is doing something about the food deserts that has placed the Green Mountain State number 14 in terms of hunger among its residents. Especially vulnerable are its elderly. According to the Vermont Food Bank, 12% of older Vermonters face the threat of hunger, not getting the nutritional food that they need to thrive. The Congregational Church of Rupert, the oldest continuous meeting house in the state, founded in 1786, is now teaming up with local farms, buying shares in community-supported agricultural programs known as CSAs, and helping to get the fresh produce into the hands of those in need. For the Reverend Dr. Stephen E. Berry, an ordained United Church of Christ pastor who has served large congregations as senior minister in St. Louis as well as Los Angeles, and most recently in Manchester, Vermont, this is a seemingly small yet very powerful and impactful step forward in keeping the community healthy in both body, mind, and spirit. Reverend Berry, whose journey in ministry has come full circle, as he once was going to take this position in rural Vermont at the beginning of his ministry, has found himself in semi-retirement where he can explore his other passions, such as regenerative agriculture.
Soil that we have has in it minerals that are necessary to constitute a healthy person. So what regenerative agriculture does is to take and to create a healthy soil. So what we want to make sure is that we have food that people are going to be able to eat and not have residual chemicals in it.
On the second Tuesday of each month, the church opens its doors for a free lunch, where residents can drop by and pick up a brown bag lunch filled with healthy options to fuel their day. Not only is it an opportunity to get fresh produce, but it's also a time of fellowship.
I've lived in Rupert for 40 years, gone here for the last 40 years, and think the lunch program is great, and trying to get food to people who need it is great. It's a good mission for this church.
This is where we've begun, just with making people aware that they need to eat more healthy food. As the program grows, I think that it will offer more fellowship and so on.
The free healthy lunch is part of a larger vision Reverend Berry has for the meeting house. In February of this year, the small congregation commissioned local resident Polly Lathrop as its parish nurse. Parish nursing, also known now as faith community nursing, has been on the rise, especially helpful in rural communities like Rupert, where not only are there food deserts, but medical deserts.
I think people like Polly are so essential to us because every church has people with different gifts, and we have people with gifts here, and they can employ those gifts to help us so that we can keep things open and going and committed to the good, positive, vital life of the community.
Reverend Berry is no stranger to the concept of parish nursing, which began in the 1980s as a Lutheran initiative for faith communities.
I had parish nurse in Los Angeles, California, when I was senior minister of the First Congregational Church of Los Angeles. I had a person that worked part-time in another parish that I had. So it wasn't a totally new idea. But what was new is we had a person who came in who had a real interest. And that was Polly, and she's interested in helping the poor and in addressing those needs. And so she's a really good spokesperson, and she has the skills.
Sharing the gifts from God with the children of God is a powerful legacy of the Congregational Church of Rupert, one that has been going on for more than 200 years. As deep in the church archives is a little story about a pauper who lived in a cottage on the edge of the village, in which the church would provide him with plates of food. The pauper would return the empty plates back to the congregation with a dignified thanks for the bite.
Whatever the Lord wants, we're open to. But at this stage, we just are going to be trying to welcome people and provide, nice produce for them, organic produce, and say, we're happy that you're here. We're happy that we're here, and we'll go from there.
As the mission statement for the Congregational Church of Rupert proclaims, we seek to follow Jesus' teachings in his Sermon on the Mount. And it was a sermon in which Jesus multiplied the bread and the fish to feed the multitude.